Hello, everybody, and welcome to another fun, festive, actually super fun and festive, and you'll see why in just a second, episode of Grommet Live. And I got a little bit confused because I'm looking in the chat, and it looks like the chat is coming from my daily live stream show, Let's Talk Live Shopping. So don't be confused on that, folks. This is Grommet Live, and we are coming to you live on many platforms across, well, basically almost every social media platform. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we are on LinkedIn, we are on X. So wherever you are tuning in from, I want to welcome you. I am your host for Grommet Live, Marcy McKenna. And this is always my very favorite part of the week, because not only do I get to chit chat with all of you guys and just kind of have that fun interaction that live shopping brings, but I love working with independent makers and inventors and sort of the smaller inventors, or smaller brands, I should say, in the e-commerce space, because we all know it is so hard to get found. And when you have these special products and you just know that if you could just get them in front of the right people, it could be successful. And I think that is what Grommet Live brings, is it brings this awesome platform for us to share these incredible innovations and the stories behind them. And it gives us a place for everybody in the world to meet the makers who created these products. And so that is what tonight is all about. But tonight is a very special show. It is a special edition, and this is all about Father's Day gifting. So we have some very fun Father's Day gifts that I'm really excited to share with you. I always love gifts that are just a little outside the box, kind of the unexpected. And I think that you will agree that is exactly what we are bringing you tonight on Grommet Live. So hopefully it will make your Father's Day shopping a little bit easier, whether you are shopping for your own dad, maybe it's a grandpa or an uncle or a friend, or someone who's just a father figure in your life that you want to get a little something special for. Tonight is your night to do that. And yes, we are still a couple weeks away, but we found, I think it was last year, that we waited till we got really close to Father's Day, and then you always have the panic of the shipping and all of that. So we wanted to get in here early to make it easy for you to do your Father's Day shopping now and be done with it and just, enjoy the journey leading up to it. So that is what we are doing tonight. But before we dive into I think we are doing 7 products tonight. Lots of them, lots of different categories, which I always love as well. But before we dive into those, I would like to cover a little bit of housekeeping. And one of those little tidbits that we always cover and that you guys always love is the giveaways. And we are definitely doing 2 giveaways tonight, like we always do. And to enter, all you need to do is use that QR code. Just grab your phone, click the QR code, and it will be that easy to enter. And as you guys know, if you have been here before, because you guys are here live, you get a little extra special gift from me to you. And that is that we are giving you a chance to double your chances of winning tonight. So all you have to do is put 2 words in the chat tonight, and it's not going to be the typical ones. Tonight it is Father's Day. So if you want to double your chances, just put those 2 words inside the chat, Father's Day. And Jen, our producer, is paying attention and will make sure that your chances are doubled. We will find out the first winner halfway through the show. So that is going to be after the 3rd product. And then if you didn't win, there will still be a chance because you will hear the 2nd giveaway at the very end of the show. So we're going to save that one for the end. And so as we go along, if there is a product that you're loving that you would love to win, please tell us that inside the chat. Let us know what is kind of striking a chord with you, and you just never know. I might be paying attention and just might make sure that you win that. We shall see. And Kelly, welcome. She just doubled her chances by saying Father's Day. So everybody else, get in on that action while you can. Speaking of action, the chat is where it's at. So guys, wherever you are, whether you're Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn, wherever you are, I would love for you to get active tonight inside the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're tuning in from. Let us know if any of these products you already have and you want to share your own sort of story with us, or if you have questions about anything I'm showing, let us know that. And the reason I want you guys to get so active inside that chat is because it really does make a difference in terms of how many people will see this show and see these products that we are featuring. Because if that chat is active, then all the different social platforms kind of triggers an algorithm of sorts, and it starts getting pushed out to more and more people. And so that is the goal of Grommet Live, and it always has been since the day we first started, is just to get these products in front of as many people as possible. So you guys can help us do that by just chiming in whenever you can inside the chat. And tonight, as with every Grommet anything, we are doing upvoting. So when you see a product that you like, please get out your phone, use that QR code to give them a thumbs up and upvote, because that's really, really important to these brands, because Grommet does pay attention, and those products that get a lot of upvotes, they find new and different ways to get the products out in front of more people. So it's really, really important. And when you upvote every single time, whatever product you are upvoting, as sort of a thank you, you are getting a 20% discount that you can use toward that product if you should decide to buy it. But don't feel like by using that QR code that you're committing to it, because you're not. You're upvoting, you're getting the 20%. You can use it tonight, which we would love for you to do, get some Father's Day shopping done, or you can save it for another time. So either way, let's see. The live feed is working on mobile, but not on desktop. I wonder why that is. And Rand is saying that from Facebook. I'm sure, let's see. I'm sure Jen will look into that. Curious if that's happening on YouTube as well, or any of the other channels. So guys, chime in and let us know. I know they are looking into it, but I'm glad it's at least on mobile. So we will keep going. We did have a few technical difficulties getting on today as well. So That kind of is not surprising me. So anyway, thanks for being patient with us. It is the nature of live shopping. We've got John chiming in saying Happy Father's Day, which I do believe gets him a second chance at winning the giveaway. So good luck to you, John, and to everybody else. Okay, without any further ado, partially this is a little self-serving, I will admit, but we are going to jump into our first product because this first product actually will get this party started with a bang. And when I say that, I am talking about I'm not just saying this is one of my new favorite brands on all of Grommet. And I was introduced to them. I think I featured them on Grommet not long ago. I want to say it may have even been during a Women Invented show that I did. And because the female founder of this product line is Kara Potter. Kara has created something that I think is spectacular. And what it is, the company is called Mixers. And I'm just going to do a tiny bit of an unboxing for you guys because this is how it came to me. And it was so stunning. It knocked my socks off just visually. And then when I learned about what the product was, and then I tasted the product, I have become probably Kara's biggest groupie. I could be her publicist if all else fails. That's where you will find me. And this is the brand that I will be peddling. This is Mixers. And so again, this is how it came to me. This is not, I should preface this by saying, this is not exactly the offering that is on Grommet, but this is sort of the deluxe version. And you can find these things on the Mixers website. So I'm showing you the deluxe and then we'll kind of break it down from there. So, gorgeous black box, just love that in and of itself. And then when you open it up, look at this. How fun is that? And how stunning and gorgeous. And I was entertaining the other night, I have to say. I had probably about 6, maybe 8 people even, all sitting around our glass dining room table. We're playing board games and those kinds of things. And it was so fun for me to bring this out and basically go person to person and let them select what's inside. And so what is inside, as you see here, craft a better drink, create a better world. These are basically cocktail mixers in the form of a powder. So inside of each one of these boxes are little sachets, if you will, or little packets. Right here's one. This is actually the premium cocktail mix margarita. And so there's 5 of these in each one of these boxes. And the different flavors that I have here are Mai Tai, Old Fashioned, Cosmopolitan. This could be my fave. This is the pineapple jalapeno margarita, to die for. And this is my second favorite. This is the Paloma, which is sort of a grapefruit that you can mix with tequila. And then the margarita, the traditional margarita. And let me tell you, I've tried them all. The only one I've not tried is the old fashioned because it's just not my thing. But every one of these is so good. And the 8 people that I had around my glass dining room table, I had everybody try something different and everyone was talking about the different flavors. And everybody was obsessed with the one that they had. So you cannot miss with these. What I love about them is that they are not sweet at all. They're very flavorful, but they're very refreshingly flavorful. And you get sort of a tart, slight sweetness to them, no matter which one you're having, but they are just so, so delicious. I am not someone that likes those sweet kind of syrupy mixed drinks. And I don't think Kara is either. In fact, I believe that when she came up with the idea, she was on an airplane and wanted to order a mixed cocktail, but the only thing they had for mixers were those syrupy, yucky, sugary mixers. And so she didn't. And she thought, why can't they come up with something like that you're not dealing with all of that sugar and that sweetness? And so that is when the idea for mixers was born. And I love that it happened on an airplane because Kara, one of my favorite things about this is how travel friendly this is, that you can pop these in your purse, or maybe you're going to the beach or the park or something like that, or going boating. And you can have these on hand and they're just powder inside. So nothing liquid to spill or explode in your luggage if you're high altitude. So just so convenient. But I also love that it's all natural. There's no additives. There's no preservatives. Very, very natural. And that she was able to, with having it be a powder, have such incredible shelf life. So these last for up to 3 years. Kara, tell me if I'm correct on that. I think that's right. So amazing. And if you did want to, kind of step up and get this deluxe package and get all of these different flavors, just so much fun to have on hand, but also such a fun Father's Day gift. If you have a dad in your life who loves to entertain on any level, this would be such a fun gift to give. And this one comes with this mixer right here too. And so it is a hand, sort of like a kind of an electric whisk, if you will. And I'm going to show you how to make them because we're going to make a cocktail right here, right now. And so there's this, and so you can see that goes really fast. And so I use that to mix it, but you don't need to use that at all. Let me turn it off if I can. Very powerful. But what I do, if I don't have that, is I'll just do it in a martini shaker, or you don't even need a martini shaker, because what's so cool is even this bag right here has the sort of measuring lines on it, so you can mix the perfect cocktail without even having a little shot glass or anything. So smart. Let's see. Kara says 3 years is correct, and you can use the bag as a measuring cup. And let's see, all you need to do is add water and your spirit of choice. So we are going to do just that. I should probably use scissors to be on the safe side. So I'm going to open this up. And again, I could mix it right in here, which I love for, the travel element of it, that if you're on the go, you don't need all these things. But because I have one with me, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I just pour the powder in there, and then you put a shot. So this one was the margarita. So I have a little shot of tequila. So I can pour that in there. And then you do about 2 parts water to 1 part whatever your spirit of choice is. So I'm just going to kind of eye that. And then I'm going to use the mixer right here and mix it up for about 20 seconds, just mixing. And then I'm going to pour it over ice and mix it for another 20 seconds or so. Okay, so, and then one thing I want to point out is once you make it, here's my ice right here. I'm going to pour it in there. Look at that. And then I'm going to mix it one more time. After you've made it, I think that'll do. You might find that some of the powder might settle to the bottom. And I want to point this out because I don't want you to think you did anything wrong. It's actually kind of the way it's intended to be. And so that's part of the whole process. And let me tell you, let's just taste it. Insanely good, you guys. And of course, you can't taste it through the camera. You have to just trust me. But I will tell you, if I could have those 8 people here, they would all tell you that each one of these is so good. And Kara, you have to tell us which one is your best seller. I think you told us on the last show, but I'm completely forgetting. I want to say that it is the pineapple habanero. Is that correct? So let us know on that. And you guys chime in and let us know what flavor you would want to try. Which one kind of sounds amazing to you? What is your drink of choice? Let's see. I will say my son had, what was it the other night that he loved? I think it was the Mai Tai, which is not really, normally wouldn't be his thing because Mai Tais typically are so sweet. But I think he really liked the Mai Tai. So again, I just want to show you all of the flavors. And this to me does make such a great gift. And Father's Day, like I said, if you have someone, maybe you have a dad that travels, business traveler, and for him to be able to have his, kind of favorite mixers on the road is so fun. But maybe you're going to a Father's Day event, or maybe you're going to any kind of summer soiree or barbecue or anything like that. I just think bringing one of these boxes with you as a hostess gift is so fun, just kind of gets the party started and super thoughtful. So I love it. I am so hooked. As I said, I could be her publicist for sure, because I'm obsessed. Love it so much. The Paloma is okay, let's see. It's almost 5 o'clock. I need a mixer, I'm hearing. Lucky me, right? Now you know why I started off the show with the mixers. Let's see. How did I miss? I know you must have said what it was that was your bestseller. I missed it. I'm seeing the close second is the Paloma. that must mean that the first one is the spicy margarita. Let me know, because I think I missed that somewhere. So, and this again is the regular margarita. And if you put a little tahini on the rim, and I would do even just a little squeeze of lime, but you don't have to. Now, with this margarita, it is so good. And what's in it is organic lime, agave, and then a hint of orange liqueur flavor. And it is that perfect combination for the best margarita. And yes, number one is the spicy margarita. And John is saying he'd love to try the old fashioned. I don't think I've seen anyone try it yet. So I'm dying to hear someone who will try the old fashioned. It's just not my drink. And I don't think anybody picked that one when we were playing. So I don't know. I'm sure it's amazing, because it's got to be as good as all these other ones. I don't think you can lose, I don't think you can lose with any one of these. They're wonderful. And again, they do come with 5. So you're seeing the Grommet price there. Again, you are getting that 20% discount just by upvoting. You're not committing to buying, but how fun to have that. I like to keep all my upvotes. They give you sort of a file on Grommet where those are all kept, and it sort of becomes a catalog of the things that you have loved over the years with Grommet. And then when you're kind of stumped for a gift, you go into that little catalog and you find your upvotes, and you've got 20% off of all those items that you loved. So it's a fun way to shop. And, we always think we're going to remember things later, but we don't. And that's a great way to kind of keep all that on hand and organized and ready to use. So tonight, as we continue to go along, if there's any product that you think is cool, definitely upvote it. And again, you are not committing to anything. And it's just super, super helpful for our brands. So thank you for that. And Rand is saying he's going to take one for the team. I think he means he is going to try the old fashioned. Am I right? I think that's what he means. So Rand, you got to report back to us. Let us know what you think. I'm sure I can find someone somewhere around here to drink an old fashioned. I'll let you know what I find out. Let's see, but what else am I missing, Kara? I know it. Oh, the other thing that I loved is that it is gluten-free, because I'm gluten-free, and it is vegan. It is non-GMO. So it kind of ticks all the boxes. And one margarita, I don't know, and Kara, maybe you do, how many calories are in a traditional margarita. But guess what? This is 45 calories for this bad boy right here. And it, again, tastes amazing. And it's only 45 calories. And so it's just kind of a healthy twist on cocktails. And if you're someone who doesn't drink, or you're just not in the mood for adding a spirit to it, they make amazing mocktails. So it does not have to be a cocktail at all. So it's, really for anyone and everyone. And because it's so refreshing, it's any time of day. I think if I was making a mocktail, I might even use half of this, just depending on how much you like, how much flavor you want in it. And so that you could last even a little bit longer. And so Kara chimed in to let me know that a typical margarita is 200 to 400 calories. Gosh, I feel like I've heard even more than that. But so that, I'm sure Kara would know. And this one right here, 45 calories. Pretty awesome. Love it. Depending on the mixer that you use. Well, I'm never using another mixer again, so I don't care about that. I am hooked on my mixers with the double X's. So well done, Kara. You guys pick these up for any of your summer gatherings, of your beach parties and, events in the park, anything outdoors, concerts in the park. How fun to be able to bring this. And all you have to do is have your spirit, a little bit of water, and some ice, and you're ready to go. Not too shabby. And the perfect way to kick off our Father's Day gifting show. So thank you, Kara, for bringing this to us yet again. I love it, love it, love it. So you come back anytime. I will be so happy to feature. Okay, we're going to shift gears a little bit. Where is this product? Let me bring it on over here. This is another product that I have featured before. I featured it quite a while ago with Greg. Greg and I featured it together. And when I say quite a while ago, actually, it was about a year ago today, because it was during a Father's Day gifting show, if I remember correctly. The version that I'm going to show you tonight is a different version of the same idea. But I have got to tell you that when Greg and I first featured it, I fell in love with the idea of this company and what they represent and what they have created. And when I thought about Father's Day gifting, to me, it was just top of my list as far as what I would want to give to a grandpa, to a dad, to a husband, to a, anybody I think would appreciate this. And this was created by a duo, very, very good friends. I know Ran is here. He's going to have the old fashioned. That is one of our makers. And then John, and I don't know if John is here as well, but they have created a company called Relic. And again, I am such a fan because what they did, and they've been friends for decades. I think it was, if I'm remembering correctly, it was about 3 decades. They both moved to New York City and had big, fancy digital media jobs, tech. And they had moved from the Appalachians, and they came together and decided that they wanted to create something that would kind of bring them back to kind of the good old days when there wasn't so much tech, and so where everything didn't need to be plugged in and programmed, and there wasn't an app for everything. And just to create something that could bring people together, could be an experience that they could share together. And from that point, what they had created was their company Relic. And what they do is they create incredible knives. And I'm not a big knife person, so to hear me rave and rave about this company, for me, it's not even so much about the knife, but I've become such a fan of the knives because they're so gorgeous. I mean, the quality, the craftsmanship, everything about them is truly stunning. But I am a bigger fan of the idea of, I love gifting experience type gifts. And I love the idea that with an experience gift, it would be something that is unplugged and that people are coming together. And so how they've done that is they've created these DIY knife making kits. And so I will just show you, it comes in this box right here, which I think is really cool looking. And then inside of the box is, doing a little unboxing. As you can see right here, there's a card right here that's got QR on it. So you can click the QR code if you want to, and it will take you to a video and really step-by-step simple instructions to actually build the knife that you're gifting. And so when I'm thinking of Father's Day, I'm thinking of my son Colin, who is actually quite obsessed with Swiss Army knives. So this is a big deal to him. He already knows about this because we got to do it last year, and he loved it so much. And so him gifting it to my dad and the two of them being able to build these together is so cool. And I love that it's not overcomplicated also, that when you build these knives, it takes all of about 30 minutes. I think there's a range depending on your skill level. And again, you can use the QR code and go on electronically, but because of the nature of the product, I kind of bucked the system and I said, I'm not doing it on my phone. I'm printing it out, which I did. And so my daughter and I actually put this one together that I'm going to show you. And it did take us about 30 minutes, and we did it, step by step with this. So the instructions are amazing. And let me just show you what Courtney and I created together. So inside this little box, when it is all together, I love that it comes with a little case right there. And so inside the case, when we open it up, you will see a folding knife. Look how gorgeous that is. Again, the quality is incredible. And then when you open it up, this is definitely a serious knife. And I'm going to try to hold it even closer so you can see the edge there. Although I'm going to show you a close-up picture so you can get a better sense of it. But it has all the tools in it that you need to put together. It's got all the screws, everything that you need. And within 30 minutes together working on the project, you will have it done. And so just that kind of fun feeling that you did it all yourself is super cool. Let me show you how it comes when you take everything outside of the box. There it is right there. So those are all the pieces. And so there's not many. And it, again, the tools and the pieces are there. Super cool. Wow, now that's a knife. Great branding, packaging. Yes, I agree with all of that. Yeah. And so this particular one is, if you look at the handle, let me come back to me here. This is a stainless steel, but it is black oxide coated. And I love the texture to it. Can you see that? I just think that is so cool, so rugged, but at the same time, very sleek. And the quality, I know it's hard to see through camera, but this is like heirloom quality going to pass down for generations. It's that good of a knife. And I, granted, I'm not a connoisseur on knives, but you can tell when you feel something and when, I mean, let me tell you, this is very, very sharp. It does come with a protective little cap on there. I don't have it on there now, but it does come with that. Let me show you the tip so you can get a sense of how sharp, and look at that. So it is very sharp, so definitely be careful with it. But let's see. Okay. So again, so there you go. And then it just, oh, I want to show you this up back here. So this can clip onto your belt, which is, you know, a really nice feature. But then again, you've also got this little case and it's got a loop on the back to hook onto a belt or anything else. And so if there is someone that is sort of that rugged outdoorsman that also appreciates experience type of gifts, I think this would be an amazing Father's Day gift to give, and an amazing gift for kids to give to dads and grandfathers or uncles or anyone, whoever it might be. And again, going back to the makers that created this, I loved when I read their story how they said they wanted to create something that would have people get dirt under their nails again, like we used to do. And I think not only do you do that when you're making it, you feel like you're rolling up your sleeves and, you know, really taking care of biz, but this is something that you'll use whether you're fishing or hunting or hiking or whatever. So many uses for a knife like this. So I love it so much. And then it does fold away like this, as you're seeing right there. So it is that folding knife, which is super cool. And then it just pops back up again. I love it so much, you guys. And if you go to their website, you'll see they have all different kinds of kits. And again, each one is just stunningly gorgeous. So well made, so well done. So thank you guys for bringing your knives, your DIY kits back to us again for Father's Day, because I can't think of a more special gift to give to a dad or a grandpa. So thanks again, guys. Love it. And you guys, if you agree and you think it is a super cool gift, or you just love the idea that they've come up with, please give them an upvote. Oh, and I do, Jen is reminding me, I forgot to say that, and I love that they are made in the USA. So that is always a little bit of a bonus. So definitely you guys give them an upvote for sure. And whether you use it now or down the road, you'll be so glad that you have it. Okay, we are going to move on to my next product, which is, what did I do with my little order? Oh, there we go. Okay, we are definitely shifting gears on this one, you guys. This is a super fun one. This is one that could have been at that glass dining room table of mine, except I didn't have it yet, or I would have brought it out for that when we were playing games. This is a game. And I love that I get to feature it on tonight's show because I think it's a very silly game, but it is a game that if you have kids, depending on what age they were, there was a time when my two sons, Jack and Colin, who are now 22 and 23, would have died to give this to their dad. Because I mean, any mention of the word poo would have them laughing hysterically and running out of the room. And then if you say the word diarrhea, that is just a whole nother level. And so when I saw this game, I almost couldn't believe that it was a game, but it is. And what game am I talking about? I'm talking about this game right here. Yep, Go Poo. Who would have thought that there would be a game called Go Poo? And the object of the game is to become number one by going number two. So as you can imagine, this game is all about, and it really is hysterical. I haven't gotten to actually play it yet, but when I learned how to play, I can only envision my family playing this and how hard we will laugh. And so I do think they say ages 6 and up, but in a lot of ways, I think it's funnier and more fun for adults than little kids even, but everybody will enjoy it for sure. And it's just a very simple, easy game to learn and to play. And I think the whole game takes about 15 minutes total. So it's just a little funny something to even have out on the coffee table or whatever for entertaining. But if you have a dad or funny stories from childhood about how this subject matter would make you guys laugh, then I think you will get a kick out of this game. And so the object of the game is to go poo as much as possible without getting diarrhea. I think that is a perfect object to the game. That's my game. Tim Murray is in the house, and Tim is one of the co-creators. It was Tim and Zach, I believe, who created this. Tim, you are the man. I just think it's hysterical. And I, like I said, only wish that this was around when my boys were younger, because it would have been, and I haven't told them about it yet. It probably still will be their favorite game on the planet. But in the box, I mean, I love the box itself, right? You guys, how cool is that? Just the branding and, the whole packaging is awesome. And it's a very high quality box. It's got that, you guys know I love that magnetic box like that. And when you open it up, you will see that inside, how clever is that? It's a toilet with a big pile of what in the middle of the toilet. And this toilet actually becomes, the deck stays in the middle, and that you draw from the deck. But in the deck of cards, there's 66 cards, and there's 5 different categories inside of the 66 cards. And the categories are person, they are color, as you can imagine, they are size, they are consistency, and they are smell, all related back to the name of the game. So I'm sure you get the idea of that. Just to give you a couple examples of the cards, I will tell you that we'll first start with consistency. We have floater and we have lumpy sausage. Okay, you got the idea of that. Then we've got people. And just a couple examples. We have Ramon and we have Stella. And then we have smell. Love this one, you guys. We've got egg fart. Never did I think on Grommet Live I would be saying these terms. So I am taking one for the team on this one. And then we've got overcooked cabbage. And then let's talk size. Couple examples. Well-fed gorilla. Can only imagine. I don't think I want to imagine. Standard large. And then we're talking color. We've got chocolate. We've got olive green, several other colors. And then the dreaded diarrhea that you do not want to get. We've got habanero pepper and ghost pepper, jalapeno pepper. So this is the card that you don't want to get. But so the idea is, I hope I get this correct, and I'm so glad you guys are here to correct me, but you're going to ask the different players that you're playing with if they have a certain card, because you're wanting to get all 5 of those categories so that you can go poo. And when you go poo, when you get all 5 of the categories, then you actually have to announce it in order. So you would say something like, remember the names. So you would say like Stella had a monster-sized, rusty-colored, sticky poo that smells like egg fart. And then you put that in front of you and you get points for that. If you happen to pick a diarrhea card, either from somebody who you ask for a card from, they give you a diarrhea card, or you get it from the toilet, then that goes in front of you also, but you have to deduct points at the end for that. So you can imagine how many laughs will happen around the table playing this game. I think it is just hysterical, and not just funny, but they actually did a really good job with this game. It is so high quality. I mean, the card deck is super high quality. Just even the box of the card deck, I love that. And then the cards and the animations on the cards are, look at Ramon right there. Just really well done. So if you're going to do sort of that funny, kitschy, gimmicky kind of a gift, why not do it with class? And yes, it's hard to imagine that a game called Go Poo could have class, but I kind of think this does. I think it is so well done and such a funny gift to give. Father's Day, I think, could be the most perfect time to give the gift, but I think it's something that you could get anyone, anytime, especially if there's someone who thinks that the word poo and diarrhea and all that is really funny. I know a few of those people. So I'm thinking I'm going to be gifting this to a few people. So you guys, if you agree with that, definitely give them an upvote, and you are getting the 20% off. So normally you'd be paying $25 to go poo, But this time you are only paying 20 because you have that Grommet discount. So grab that. I think this is a really kind of one of those fun things that you can buy a few of them and have them up in the closet, in your gifting closet. And just, especially if you have a kid who, at that age where it is so funny and they can gift it to all their friends for birthdays and things like that. So much fun. What dad would in the chat, what dad wouldn't crack up at getting this on Father's Day? I do think it will add some, will make for a very lighthearted, fun Father's Day for sure. So I'm so happy we got to feature that one, even though I was a little skeptical, a little hesitant to say some of those words. They suddenly became very comfortable. Okay, Tim is saying, my kids have never laughed so hard as when Grandma had to read her hand out loud. Oh my God, I can only imagine. Oh gosh, we are going to play this at the next family gathering for sure. Whether they like it or not, we're playing. So thanks again, guys, for that. Okay, we are 3 products in. I think we're going to do one more product before we do our first giveaway. So if you have not already entered, you can still do that. You're going to use that QR code real quick. You can enter that fast. And if you want to double your chances, so I'm kind of helping you do Father's Day gifting if you are one of the winners, because you can take one of these gifts and gift it, or you can keep it for yourself. So again, let me know, you guys, inside the chat, if there's something that you have your eye on that you'd want to win. But use the QR code to enter. Whoops, that way. And then if you want to double your chances, you're just going to say Father's Day and put that in the chat, and Jen will give you an extra entry. Okay, that was super fun. We are going to move on to, all of these are so different. I mean, very, switching gears again, although I will say that this one, in a lot of ways, reminds me of Relic, of the knife, the DIY knife kit. I love the story behind this. I believe this has been on Grommet for quite a while, and I have had my eye on it, wanting to feature it for quite a while. And I cannot think of a better time to do it than Father's Day. So I feel so blessed that I get to do this today. So I believe I saw Adam. Is Adam in the chat tonight? I hope he is. Adam is the founder, the creator, the maker of something that is called daggerfish. And I'm curious if anybody knows what daggerfish is, but it is a hand reel. And so it is a hand fishing reel that he created in his own woodworking studio. And he really originally created it just for himself and for his friends, because he felt like there was just something about going fishing and not having to have all of this equipment with you, but just something you can throw in your backpack and it's really all you need. And again, I love the idea that it is unplugged. There is no tech involved. There's nothing fancy to it. It is as simple can be when it comes to fishing. And there he is. Adam, I'm so happy you're here. I'm such a fan. I've watched your videos on YouTube and seen you making these incredible, I'll show it to you. I'm going to put you out of your suspense. So here it is right here. Well, let me show you the box, because I love the box too, Adam, even just that. So how cool. This amazing Father's Day gift. If you have somebody in your life that loves to fish, pay attention, because this is a good one. And my son, as I've mentioned many times on Grommet, is probably the biggest fishing fanatic on the planet. Every single day he's down at the dock fishing. He is not great with fishing poles. They are a little difficult for Colin. And so when I saw this and saw the simplicity of it, I cannot wait to get this in his hands. I can't wait to see what he thinks of it. I can't wait to watch him use it. I feel like I love it. Why do we need those complicated, overthought fishing poles when we can have something like this? Look at that. So again, this is, to me, it is like a work of art. He created it himself. It's so smooth, quality. As you can see on this end and on this end, there is a cork stop. And so when you open this one up, so there are 2 storage areas on the daggerfish hand reel. This one right here is empty. So whatever you want to put in there, maybe it's fishing lures or anything having to do with fishing or not, but you've got this for storage. And then on this side, when you open this up, what you will find is everything you need to go fishing right in there. And that does come with it. So that is your tackle. And so just inside here, you'll see the hook and the little lure. Whoops, right there. I know the lighting makes it a little tough. And then we've got our little bobber right there. And then you've got all the fishing line you need right there. And so this is, again, a hand reel. So all you're doing is taking the fishing line and throwing it out and then reeling it in by hand. So let's take a quick peek at the video of this in action so you can see what I'm talking about. So there it is. And he's just got that simple line with the bobber and the hook on the end. And that's how he fishes, or you fish with this. And there he is in the wood shop actually making these himself, which I think is so, so cool. So what do you guys think of this? And again, just getting back to the basics and not all the tech, and especially when you think of doing something that is outdoors. I love that it's this simple. And, you know, and this one right here, I believe this one is sugar maple. Is that right, Adam? But I think it does come in different finishes. I think it comes in maple, cherry, and walnut. Let me know on that. And let's see, all our tackle is lead-free, and it is made in the US. I love that. The first hand lines I ever made were sold out on Father's Day weekend, so this is a special day for me. Oh, that's awesome. I love hearing that. And I love gifting people gifts that have stories like that behind them and that have a real human being behind them that came up with the idea, made it himself, and imagine the memories that Adam has created with his daggerfish. I mean, I would imagine that once you start using this, that it becomes the way you want to do it all the time. And the new modern way of fishing kind of seems silly. And so I love it so much. And it does, again, it's this right here is basically your rod, your reel, and your tackle all in one. This is all you need. It is light as a feather. So you're putting it in your backpack and you don't even know it's there. So maybe you're going hiking and you wouldn't dream of bringing a tackle box and all those things, or fishing or camping or whatever, but you could bring this. This could be in your pocket and you wouldn't even know it was there. So that's correct. He's saying we do have maple, cherry, sapele. I don't know that I've heard of that, so I apologize. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's SAPELE, and then walnut varieties. And so yes, and so this is the sugar maple. And again, it's so soft and so pretty. It's hard to tell there, I'm sure. And let's see what else I missed. We're getting super cool. First highlights. Okay. I think I hit them all. But Adam, I love the price point. I was thinking, because to me, this is another one that seems like an heirloom quality piece. It's just so well made. I was thinking it was going to be $80, $90. And when I saw the price point, that made me so happy. So the regular price for this, again, with everything, with the tackle inside, the fishing line, everything that you're seeing, is $45. But if you grab that Grommet discount, click that QR code, and you're going to get that for $36. So 45 down to 36. So to me, what a great, perfect price point for gifting. And so you have plenty of time to get this in time for Father's Day. And what I just think it's such a special gift to give. And maybe they won't understand what it is. And when you explain it and you show them how to use it, how fun. Just another experience gift that brings people together without all the tech. Speaking my language. And I think he helped me. Okay, it is sapele. That is the other, the one that I couldn't pronounce, sapele, I think. And it's a tropical hardwood that's really great for saltwater fishing. Awesome, good to know. And we do saltwater fishing where we are, so I am extra glad to know that. So thank you, Adam, for being here live with us inside the chat. And thank you for creating such a special work of art, but also something so fun and such a great experience for people to share together, like you do, or you did and continue to do with your good friends that you originally created it for. So love it, love it, love it. And with that, we are going to move into our first giveaway. I know you guys wait for this moment, and the moment is here. I have got to give away a daggerfish because I am such a fan. I want everybody to know about this product. And so somebody is going to have their Father's Day gifting done very easy tonight. And let me find out who that is. And Jen did put the QR code back up, because even if you don't win right now, we do have another giveaway at the end of the show. So get in on that if you haven't already. The first winner is, where did it go? It is Evan Acheron. And Evan, I'm not sure. I don't think I have seen you in the chat, but you might be here. I don't know. Either way, congratulations. You are the winner of a Daggerfish hand reel fishing pole. I don't even think I can call it a fishing pole. Daggerfish hand reel. That's what this is. So congratulations. And Adam, thank you again so much for being here with us. Super fun. And I hope you'll stay to the end because we got more good ones to come. Okay, everybody, we're getting some congratulations to Evan. So thanks, guys, for chiming in inside the chat. And we are going to do 3 more products. This next one actually is a perfect segue from Daggerfish, because if you were fishing, this is a product that you would want to have with you as well. And this one is so lightweight, very similar to the Daggerfish, that it's just the perfect complement to it. And I'm really excited to be able to feature this one again. This is another one that Greg and I featured probably on Father's Day a year ago, or maybe even 2 years ago. This is called, maybe many of you already have it, because I know it is sold incredibly well on Grommet and beyond. In fact, this product that I'm going to show you is the most funded chair ever on Kickstarter. So this was a huge crowdfunding product that did so well on Kickstarter, but then went on to do incredibly well. And I think this is, they've ended up coming out with other products, some of which we featured on Grommet, but I do think this is their hero product. And this is called the Campster. And I'm going to show it to you all put together, and then I'm going to kind of break it down for you and show it to you up close. So here is the Campster, and basically what it is a very lightweight chair that is all one piece and put together in about 10 seconds flat, all by the use of gravity. So it's the easiest chair you can possibly put together. It is my son's favorite chair on the planet. Every single day that he goes fishing, he has this. It comes in a little carrying shoulder sack. He puts that over his shoulder. He heads down to the dock, and that is where he sits. And according to Gollin, it is the most comfortable chair he has ever sat in. And I believe that is true. I am going to show you one more picture, only because it reminded me the other night we had some guests over and we went down to the bay. We live on Balboa Island, so the bay is right there. And I brought a couple of these down, and this picture reminded me of us sitting there. And they're, as you can see, they really are so comfortable, how they lean back and they kind of mold to your back. And no matter how big or small you are, they are uber comfortable. I'm going to show it to you again. So as I mentioned, incredibly lightweight. In fact, I think it weighs all of 3 pounds. And it does come with this shoulder strap bag, which I love. And again, this is, my son has it every single day. He carries it over his shoulder. So this is it. And size-wise, as I said, 3 pounds, but it's about the size of a good size thermos or a water bottle. And that's it. And over your shoulder, or it could be in your beach tote or your park. You go into the park and you've got a tote. Could be in a backpack. It's that portable. But then the magic is when you open it up and how simple and easy it is. So there it is. And it has a little Velcro strap to keep it all together that you're seeing there. And I'm going to actually show you a video, because it's going to be hard with this camera setting, to show you how easy it is to open up right here. And again, as I mentioned, it's gravity that opens it. And then these little pins lock into place and you are good to go. It is that easy. Check it out. So there it is, clipped onto the backpack, and that's it. That easy and so comfortable. And I love that they added little, as you can see, a carbinder there for a water bottle, but there's actually several different loops around the chair that you can hook all different kinds of things on. And then it does have these pockets that are great for, a cell phone or anything that you want to put in there. My son will have snacks in there and different kinds of things like that. But it's so well made. It is the ripstop nylon. And Colin has had his, I want to say, for 2 years now. And it looks like it's brand new. It is that, ultra, ultra durable ripstop nylon. So it's not tearing. It's really a forever chair. And when you feel it, though it's lightweight, the actual metal itself is very sturdy and very, very high quality. I want to get the name of the metal right. Do I have? Oh, that's what it is. I knew it was something fancy. It's aircraft grade aluminum. So aluminum keeps it lightweight, but it's that aircraft grade that it is heavy duty aluminum, but yet lightweight. So brilliant, brilliant engineering. I love the portability of it, that it is only 3 pounds, but yet it can hold up to 300 pounds. And so when we were at the bay the other night, it was my son and his friends who were big boys, and they're sitting in it and so comfortable because the back really does kind of mold to you, which is so nice. And so if you are traveling or camping or RVing or boating, I mean, to me, this is brilliant for boats, because even the smaller boats, you can have these, tucked under the seats and things. And then you want to pull up to a beach or something, and you just pop these out and you've got these uber comfortable chairs. So many great uses for it. Seconds to set up. Anybody can set this up in that fast. And then on Grommet, in addition to that 20% discount, so typically you're spending $109 for the sit pack, the whole kit, and you're getting it for under $90. You're getting it for $87.20. And Sit Pack, Jonas, the creator, is throwing in an extra gift for Grommet. And so what you are getting in addition is you're getting the ground cover. I forget what he calls it exactly, but it basically, you put your chair on top of it, and it's a $25 value. And so it just kind of keeps the dirt down and gives you a nice clean area to put the chair. And so it is, what is the name of it? I don't know why I'm blanking. But anyway, that comes with it. So that's a $25 value. You're getting that on top of getting that 20% discount, which is over $20 off. So not too shabby. And gosh, any dad, any outdoor activity, whether it's, concerts in the park or fishing or just going to the beach, it's the easiest beach chair you could ever carry. And again, so comfortable. So as you can tell, I and my son Colin are such huge fans of the Sit Pack Campster. And so I want the world to know about these, and I know so many of them do, because it's a very, very popular item. And they had just hit it out of the park with the execution of their goal of making it so portable and easy to have comfortable chairs on the go. And they did it in spades. So well done, Sit Pack. Well done, Jonas. Love when you come here and join us on Grommet Live, and just when you bring your products to Grommet, because they're fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Okay, we are going to move on. We have got we're gonna move on to some barbecuing, because what dad doesn't love grilling? And so we've got a couple solutions that make grilling that much easier. Actually make grilling that much easier. This one makes cleanup that much easier, and also makes it easy to get the grill ready for grilling. And this is by a company called Q Swiper. I kind of love the name. Q as in barbecue, and then Swiper as in you. It basically makes it that easy to clean grills, barbecues. Not just that, it could be cast iron, it could be ovens, it could be the walls of the oven, it could be gunk on it that is so hard to get off. Well, Q Swiper makes that so easy. And so what you get with Q Swiper is it comes with this grill cleaning brush. I should have taken this off so you could see. Let's see if I can. There we go. So it's got a really nice sharp edge here that makes it easy to just, get all the, that crust off of the grill that tends to build up. And then this is that really, heavy duty scrubber. If you've ever used things like stainless, steel wool, or there's certain brushes and things for the grill where the actual fibers end up going into the grill, and then you find them in your burger later, and they're like metal. It's those grill brushes and things. I always worry about that. So I love that issue is non-existent when it comes to Q Swiper. This is only part of it. The best part is this right here, which is a pack of 40 of these wipes for your grill. Let me open it up and show you. So they're really, really tough, durable barbecue wipes that make barbecue cleaning super, super easy. And so as you're seeing right there, it's got a texture to it that really helps to get anything that's, gunked onto your grill, get that off super easy. So you're just wrapping this around the sponge like that. And then much like, it reminds me a lot of the Swiffer that we use on our floors, because it tucks in just like that, the little holes, grab onto it. And now you've basically got a swiper or Swiffer for your grill. And so it just cleans it so easy. And it's got a really comfortable ergonomic handle that makes it so easy to just glide over the grill. And then you can scrape with this guy right here. So it's a really, really smart design that, I mean, to me, I love barbecuing. I hate the cleanup. And I hate when we haven't used the barbecue for a long time and I lift that lid up and it is just disgusting from the barbecue chicken that we did a month ago. And so then I'll think, oh, let's not grill tonight because I can't deal with it. But when you have this kit, that has suddenly become so, so simple. And so I love that. And the kit actually, so it does come with this, and then it actually comes with 2 of these, and each one of these has 40. So you're getting 2 for a total of 80. So that is pretty nice. So you're getting the grill brush and the scraper and the 80 wipes. And again, it's not just for grills. I mentioned ovens, but I also am thinking of things like cast iron pans and grills, which I'm total cast iron junkie. I love cast iron. But again, that's what I don't love, is cleaning it up after. And so this is brilliant in those cast iron pans. Brilliant. And then the other thing is I do love a good pizza stone, but that cheese and that sauce, when it melts onto it, getting that off is kind of impossible. But this does it. And the magic is in this, which is all natural. It is food grade. So you kind of peace of mind that that's going to be, that's all taken care of. And I do want to mention that you typically, and I hope I'm right on this, is Paul in the house with us? I'm hoping Paul's here. Paul, if you are here, I want to make sure, are we only supposed to use it on a cold grill? I think that's true. That's how I've used it, is when I'm, I wait till the pan's, like when I did it with my cast iron, waited for that to cool off, and then I used it. So I want to make sure that I'm doing it all correctly. But these guys right here, they look kind of cool, but they're actually have a function, the little black nodules that you're seeing there. They actually are designed as what they call grime gripping nodules. So they actually grip onto that grime and make it easy for it to pull off, in conjunction with whatever kind of all natural formula they have on the wipes themselves. So to me, anything that is going to make barbecuing easier, I love, because if I could barbecue every night in the summer, I would absolutely do that. But that really is the thing that keeps me from doing it all the time. It just seems like such a mess. And so I love that. Oh, and they are here in the house. And yes, so do you mean yes, that we do want a cool grill to use this on? I just want to clarify that. I think that's correct. That's how I've been doing it anyway. So I'm such a fan, cool to slightly warm. You just don't want to put it on hot. And again, it is so not just for the grill, although it's brilliant for the grill. But I love the idea of taking this, if you're going to go do a beach barbecue or a park or something in a public place, you don't know what the heck was on that grill before you got there. And so being able to bring this before you light it all up and just clean it off, have the peace of mind that you are putting your food that you work so hard on, you're putting it on a nice clean grill. And so the food is going to taste that much better because you're not mixing a bunch of old yucky flavors with it. Just makes it so easy. So love that so much. And I had not thought about using it for the oven, the inside of the oven. I'm going to do that because that glass on the door is, I thought it could never be brought back to life. But I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think this totally will bring it back to life. So I can't wait to try it for that. And so I think this is a super thoughtful, very practical, mind you, it's a practical Father's Day gift to give. But I think a lot of dads, most dads, kind of prefer those practical things that make their lives a little bit easier. And if you know a dad that loves to grill, loves to barbecue, if you arm them with a set like this, they're going to be able to do it a whole lot more, and they're going to enjoy it so much more because they're not having to think about that cleanup. So that's kind of nice. And someone's chiming in about this being great to use in the oven. I totally agree. The moisture absorbs the grease and the 3D nodules lift the grime. Got it. Yes, they are very, I know you can't tell on camera, but they're very moist. And so the combination of that moisture and then those nodules, and then the fact that underneath is that ultra strong scrub sponge. And then you've got the scraper here. So that, it's the perfect cocktail for a clean grill. And clearly I've got my cocktails on the mind. So that is Q Swiper. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I love that we got to feature it on Father's Day. And maybe you're getting your dad a Father's Day grill. Maybe, as a Father's Day gift, he's getting a barbecue or a grill or a pizza oven or anything like that. Or you're getting him a cast iron skillet. I gave that to my dad one year. He loves his cast iron. But what a fun little complimentary gift to give. And with the Grommet discount, it is under $30. It's only $28. It would normally be $35. And you're getting 80 wipes and the scrub brush. So pretty cool. Love it. And even if you're not giving it as a Father's Day gift, it's something that every household should have, for sure. That's a no-brainer. Okay, we are moving on to our last product of the show, and then we are going to go into our last and final giveaway. So if you have not won a giveaway yet, it is not too late. You still might be the lucky one of the night. So we are going to find out in just a few minutes. Where is my last product here? Okay. This one, staying on the idea of outdoor cookouts and grilling and all of that. When we, I'm someone who summertime, especially, I love going down to the beach and doing the bonfires and doing the s'mores and, maybe it's 4th of July and just cozying up with the big fire while you watch the fireworks. And where we live, you are not allowed, let's see, how does it work? I forget what the law is exactly, but because I think we're not allowed to use charcoal or gaslight or anything like that, we have to start our fires the good old fashioned way, which I love the idea of that, but I am not such a good fire starter. So that is a really big challenge for me, trying to figure out what kind of wood to use, and do I crumple up the newspaper, and how much space do I have to give between everything to get my fire going. The kindling and all of that is a little much for me. And so I typically just won't do it. Well, Grommet discovered a product called Pull Start Fire. And here it is right here. This is actually a package of 3 of these. But it is the coolest thing because it makes it so foolproof, so easy, so fast to get a fire going without the lighter fluid, without the kindling, without any of that stuff. All you need is this guy right here. And I wish that I could do it for you, but I think it would cause a major fire alarm and I would get in a whole lot of trouble. But basically, I'm going to read the actual exact instructions so I don't get it wrong. But just, simply put, you don't even need matches for this, if you can imagine that. You don't need kindling. You can use this on wet wood. It is for basically windproof, it's rainproof. This is as foolproof. It's called Pull Start. It should be called foolproof fire starter because anyone can do this. And all you're doing is you're putting this. So again, to read you the exact directions, there's a yellow tab in the middle. You're pulling that firmly. And then you're going to loop this guy around a piece of wood. This guy right here just goes around a piece of wood. And then you're going to put all the wood together, build your little structure of wood that you want to make your fire within. And then you're going to take this guy right here and you're going to pull this quick, fast, hard. And you have just lit a fire. And that's it. And the fire will burn for a good 30 minutes or so. Oh, Jen just told me I'm upside down. I wasn't upside down on my directions. That's why it was like that. So this is how we want it. But again, this green part right here, the green string. So I love just how simple they've made it. It's just so foolproof. This is just going to wrap around the wood like that. You're going to build your fire. And then this bad boy right here, you're going to pull quick and fast. And it is going to immediately start a fire. And that fire can burn for up to 30 minutes. And so if you're just using this to get that fire going, 30 minutes is plenty of time to do that. And this is a pack of 3. Did I read that right? Yeah, this includes 3. So you're getting with the Grommet package, the Grommet offering, you're actually getting 2 of these. So you're getting a total of 6 pull start fires, and you're getting all 6 of those for $16. I mean, to me, that is the bargain of the century when I think of buying the charcoal and the fire, I mean, the gas lighter stuff, if we could even use that, which we can't, and just the hassle of trying to figure out how to light it and blowing the wind and all of that. You don't need any of it. Pull starter does it all for you just by pulling this, and you're done. So imagine all of those reasons that you're going to want to make fires this summer, whether it is for s'mores or whether it is a cookout or whatever it is. This is going to make that so easy. And so I think, yes, it's a good Father's Day gift for that dad who, is always in charge of making the fires, and you want to make it that much easier for him. But I also think it's a kind of a cool host gift to bring to a barbecue, summer barbecue, or, some kind of a grill event, to bring this, just because it just makes life so easy, or any event where there's going to be s'mores or something like that. So fun gift. It's one of those things that you think you're just going to buy for yourself. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, no, I could see that actually being a really clever, unique gift to give someone. And so I love that price point too. So, between maybe it's the whole kit of the Q Swiper with this together, and then you've got your camping chair, and then, they all can kind of work together. And then after, why not play a fun game of, this guy right here around the campfire. So guys, that wraps up our Father's Day gifting edition of Grommet Live. We had 7 awesome products. Fun show. I hope it made your gifting a little bit easier this year. And again, with plenty of time to purchase and get things sent to your house in time for Father's Day. Let's see. Pull Start says, super great for hosting. So many other things to do when having people over. Yes, that is great for hosting. Totally. You don't want to be tending to a fire the whole time. I love that. Thanks for mentioning that. So anyway, so many great items. We have one more giveaway to do. I am going to have a little fun with this one. I think we're going to give away the Go Poo game, because I just really do think it's hysterical, and you might not go out on a limb and buy it for yourself, but if you get this as a giveaway, you're going to play it. You're going to love it. I'm sure it will be hysterical, and you will have memories and stories to tell, or it will be a great gift to give to somebody. So we are giving away Go Poo. And who is going to be the winner of Go Poo? We are going to find out. The second winner is Ellen Belly. Ellen, congratulations. You have just won yourself a box of Go Poo. Congratulations. Super fun, you guys. Thank you to all the makers for being here. Always so much fun having you in the chat, and so helpful having you in the chat, because as you know, I always have questions, and you guys are always a huge help. So thank you for that. And thank you to everybody for joining us and watching and shopping with us. We will be back with another episode of Grommet Live very soon. I don't know if we have that date set yet. I don't think we do. So we'll let you know as soon as we do. But every week, I want to share, for those who don't know, that I started a new live series every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. It's called Let's Talk Live Shopping, because as you know, I'm incredibly passionate about live shopping and about what live shopping can do for a brand. And so I want to share all that with the world, and that gives me a way to do that and to talk about how to do it. So that's what we are doing every Wednesday, and we just started it. In fact, I think I've only done 3 shows. I think we've done 3 shows now, and you can find all those shows on my YouTube channel. It's actually called Let's Talk Live Shopping. So go check it out. And because I want to make live shopping accessible to everybody, because this is the year that it's happening. It's taking off in such a big way. So I want to teach everybody how to do it, because it's so fun. It really, really is. So hope you will join me for that next Wednesday, 1 o'clock West Coast and 4 o'clock on the East Coast. Until then, have a wonderful Friday tomorrow and a fabulous weekend. And if I don't get to see you before, have a very happy Father's Day.